Yeah.
We're sure you're going to now.
Siyata Dishmai. So I want to go through the Rashba and the Nikat one. The Rashba brings down as follows. It's in page, the Rashba, it's in page 6. Goes on our Gemara, end of sign. More says that the answer was, what's the difference between Chetzi Ish and Chetzi Ish? Chetzi Ish can marry 2 women. If I want to marry another woman, I could. Kosav Arayvet. That's what we're holding. Starting the Rashi. The Kosav Arayvet Zal. ואיש למיעוט משחצי אוהב וחצי מנחוי. שקידש. By a woman, חצי אישו, the miut, the Torah says איש וחצי אישו. But by a man, when it says חצי means, my hopefully marry another option, marry another woman. So where do we use the pasuk of איש הולך חצי איש? The woman. It means some achisi and the I can marry another. Okay. So it means to say that when he says Chetzi Ish, Mekudeshes. So the Gzeras HaKodesh Chetzi Ish doesn't go on that because it's Mekudeshes. Okay, forget about what's explanation, but that's the law. So how do we explain the Pasuk Chetzi Ish? There's Memayit. So the Rav answers that the Chetzi Ish comes to Miutei Ish. The Miutei Mishachetz Oev Chetzi Ben Choyim. Shekidesh don't somebody Chetzi Ish. Kedisha Begitin. We want to say.
The simple meaning of it's here.
I didn't say. I said one said you jump and then he says no good. So I bypassed this thing. It's not our subject. I said the person. He jumped and he says other person. Okay, he said let's go. What? What they say that's the person because that's Rashi. Rashi always the pashtan. He says, it cannot be to marry 2 women. A woman marries 2 men. So therefore, Ilkach means Chetzi Mamash. And here, the Rebbe doesn't, by a man can marry 2 women. So it means doesn't mean Chetzi Mamash. No. No, not true.
Does mean that.
The Gemara says that when he says Chetziai, it means that I can marry, if I want, let me marry another woman. She doesn't mean Chetzi. What he did mean. No, I'm talking about still in the Rashba.
Chetzi means this. So Chetzi means here for here. That's what Chetzi means.
Chetzi means what?
Chetzi means I'll marry somebody else. In order to marry somebody else, it's only Chetzi. I'm here because the other here will marry somebody else.
When he said all those words, he hit it.
The other here, it's
where does it say half? Where does it say half? The other half? And then Gemara's answer. Yes.
That when I say here, I mean it's here for me because the other here will marry somebody else. That's what. So therefore,
So therefore what?
literal, the word's half is
So why the mute? So why the mute if ish or chetzish doesn't go on that?
Why? Why it doesn't go on that?
Yeah.
Because since a person he can marry,
So good.
a
The pasuk
marry.
good, but the pasuk says ish or chetzish.
Now I can't answer fully this question.
Because it's wrong what he said. Okay, you're making up a whole story of Hetzi. No, Hetzi means whole. Like a married two women, that's why you don't answer. So the guy was searching where's the Hetzi ish. Because of Hetzi,
Well, Yitzchak, that doesn't mean half. It's only what's nolad from the word. It's not that's what it means. It doesn't mean that.
Good. Good, that's what I think so. I think like you. I don't know what he's trying to catch.
Pashut meaning of the Gemara is
Yes.
and when you see later on the Rabbit switches to something else. And that's only a
I don't think I know yet. I know what the Gemara says, and that way Rashi says. So I'm saying Rashi is a Pashas.
Not say one word about how to explain the word something. Does not explain, doesn't exist.
Let's see the words. Let's open Rashi. Yeah, I'll explain. 1 second, maybe. And Gitini explains.
Doesn't explain half what the word talking from mean. Just state it.
I don't. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. The Rashi in Masechet Gittin. Rashi בקידושין אמרין נזכת שלחצי היא מקודשת. חצי מקודשת אינה מקודשת. אוכל מיה וקידוש רואים. אם תמצא לו עם הכלואים, הריבו יזמים שעדמין קיימלון נזכת שלחצי היא מקודשת. לא ידומי, לא שם ברכוי רימו. וחזי לכולו. ואחי כה אמר לו. יבאין נסיבנה אחיזה בהדור. אבל לא חזי לפלגי עבדו זה די.
Well, the habit of the words having come more like the Braggett says. That the Havamina, and the other one says means that, or Rashid wants to say, well, Rashid learned automatically like the Rashi. And he learned also the Rashi, he learned like the Rashi. That's what this one.
Okay, good. And he's not Pashas. But anyhow, the Raiva does say that the posuk of Ish or Lechetzi Ish comes to the Mamet, Chetzi Eber, Chetzi Menchoy. There are also Vada Lechetzi Ish. When I say Chetzi I, it's not Vada Chetzi. It means something else. Yes. But Chetzi Eber, Chetzi Menchoy, also Vada Lechetzi Ish.
Why don't you remind that? If it's why in the end do you not remind that? That hard question to answer. We have to see like the British Shmuel, try to figure it out. But the British Shmuel has is try to explain both sides. You have to try to figure it out.
See what he says there. Let's see. Nire שהוא ז"ל מפורש. Nire looks like שהוא ז"ל מפורש. She explains, bless his. The Robi Ochi Komer עוד עלי. This is the Robi's answer. חצי מקודשת לי, היינו חצי אישו. זה קרמית רחמונו. והכל חצי אישו ממש, הוא מקדש. By חצי אישו, the term is memait isho or chetzi isho, because when he says chetziech, he means literally chetzi. Why? There's no other way. You can't say this is what he meant to say. He boys nasav la'achine. Another guy means savat to marry. The Isla Beit Relochaz, one cannot marry two men. Abalish, but a man, the Kosa Rachmon, the says ish. Loi memait is kachilechetzi. It's not memait the case of is kachilechetzi. Why? Do I have the call komalo? Doch he komalo could be the name to say chetzi. He meant something else. He basically means samachin nasivna. But what? Loi memait is kachilechetzi.
Therefore, I didn't hear.
Don't jump later on. I didn't explain that, but now. אבל איש דקוס הרחמון אלוהים ממית is kachilechetzi. When the Torah says ish, and we say below chetzi ish, it's not memait is kachilechetzi. You're adding that. You're adding that.
When the mic comes, it means it is near.
No. Loi memait is kachilechetzi. No. It's not memait chetzi because I transferred the word chetzi to something else. It's not right. Rabbi Yosef Chaim, because you're saying a very strong tone, it makes me to believe that you have something what you're saying. Since I'm listening to you the last 10 minutes, I don't hear nothing. Air. It's not true. Not true.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You read the paper.
He's saying like this. Let's read. Rabbi Yosef Chaim. Let's read Rabbi Yosef Chaim. Let's read it again. Okay, let's read it again. And you hear what you say. I'm happy to hear what you say. Rabbi Yosef Chaim. Let's read it again. And I'm happy to hear you. Yosef Chaim, we read it again. Yosef.
That's not right. Say there is no speak.
Let's read it again. Let's read it again. Let's read it again. Let's read it again. Aval ish, the kosav rachmon, the aval ish, the kosav rachmon. The Torah says the word ish. Loi memait is kachilechetzi. It's not memait the case of he says to her, marry half of me. The Torah is not memait this case. The because. Why? Why not? Though I have so that because it's possible. This is what he meant to say to her. Want to marry another woman, I can marry. So that's why the Torah is the Manamite, this case is Kachilechetzi. That's what he said. Those are the words. Yes. Yes.
Not the mic. That means that a man has a quality of chatzi, and the Torah is not the mic. This quality of chatzi, the Torah doesn't.
That's not true. You want to know why not? Why not? I hear what you said. You know why not? I'm answering you, Rabbi Yosef Chaim. Yes.
The Rav is subtracting chatzi ever. What if you commit the chatzi ish is also is no good? So why do you have to subtract something else? Subtract this.
Right.
That's the Rashba side. The Rashba subtracted chatzi ish. The Rav does not subtract chatzi.
But why?
Why?
I'm talking about the why.
Why is a separate question.
No, that's what we're talking about. The Rashba explaining why. Though if says a why. Why no? Why no? Jumping say no, why no? He explains why though. It's possible. Sure, he says the reason.
it's valid because
Cause
the sense that Hatzi, no, he means here, it's very, I know it's Dapis, it's a Dapis that
Yes.
he means here only because I'm not they're only here.
Say with these words. It means I want to marry. That's what it means. It means I want to marry. That's all. What? It's not a reason why. Rabbi Yosef Chaim is not a reason why they're there, but he might not give you a reason why the Torah doesn't write that case.
Sure. Why? It's why the Torah is not in my case.
So he's giving us a reason why. Because it's possible that this is what he meant to say. Yes.
Marry a woman, therefore a half a man is also ish. That's what it turns out.
Good. She gave me a small.
So a half a woman is not a woman, but half a man is a man.
Possible.
That's
a possibility.
true.
That's true. No, I'm not saying no, but that's a possibility to explain what does it mean that it's possible he meant that I can marry another woman. So what does it mean in the depths that I can marry another woman? Means really, and half means complete, and if only half can marry another woman. Explanation, another 1,000 explanation. What does it mean? But this is what he says. He says the reason is why. Why Chetzi is on the mind? Because when he said Chetzi means, it's possible that it means I can marry another woman. That's what the words.
Yeah. So Rabbi Yitzchak, so he's telling you that
It's Kodashis. I'm not saying you're wrong, right? That's an explanation. That's an explanation possible. No, that's not adding to that. That's an adding explanation. Adding explanation because you have a kavod, so because I even ask. So you getting an explanation, and then Rasbro the question is not right. Don't kneel to the
According to the way the Rashi is going to say the Hakam in the future, because it's stronger, it's stronger, so therefore you interpret the word meaning.
Possible. Because he's just explaining what does it mean after. The Bible says like this. I explain what he means to say. He's shoving in the Bikashmul in the words. That's what he's doing. When the Torah says, when the Ravid says, the Torah says Ish. So, and the Torah is Memait Ish Volachetzi Ish. The Torah didn't Memait Chetzi Ish. Chetzi, Sketch the Chetzi, marry a half of me. Why? Why? One second. Why? So the Ravid says the words of the Gemara is because it's possible that this is what he told her. I want to marry another woman. That's the words of the Gemara. I don't know. Pashtus means eye, the entire eye. That's the Pashtus. He wants to shove into the Ravid. Means the other half is an independent soul. That's why I can marry another one. That's an explanation. It's an added words, added ideas, which is great, possible. That's not what it says. Okay. This is simple. Yes.
It's possible that it can't be that it means literally half of the body. It can't be because according to if it's half the body, it's not relevant to kedushin. It has to be a din. It has to be a halach that's shaykh to understanding that his kavanah was at some legal issue that he had intention for when he said what he said. You have to define which legal issue it is. You have to bring rayas which legal issue, which legal point he had kavanah for when he said what he said.
Right. Good, very good.
So it's not totally in the pasuk. Not totally in the pasuk.
I agree. ולא ימין את רב, כמו נותן את בית, אלא מישהו חצי איש, לנו חצי אבל וחצי בן חיים. So according to the Rai, when the Torah says ish, it's not similar to isha. When the Torah said isha, Torah might chetzi isha. When the Torah said ish, Torah might chetzi ish, it cannot be chetzi ai, because it's possible even to say the whole. So what is the case? As Memayit chetzi ish, chetzi ben choyim, chetzi evet. Okay. What? Yes.
By this, that means that there's no case of Chatzi-ish that we might. No possibility of Chatzi-ish.
There's a pasha, which means the pashas is, you're right, pashas will be that even if the person will say Chetzi v'lo kuloi, say Chetzi v'lo kuloi says clearly half. In that case, we have a problem. What's the problem we have? Why, according to the Rai, would you have to jump from Chetziyai to Chetziyah, Chetziyah, okay, Chetziyai could be mean, I want to marry another woman, whatever it means. If you say Chetzi, Mamash Roloi Kuloi, Obi Din, let me mind that case. And since we say the mute is Chetziyah, Chetziyah, is mashma that when if he says clearly Chetzi, Mamish Chetzi, because he says Chetzi v'loi kulo, he says he translates what he means. Don't want Chetzi means I want to marry another woman. Chetzi means I have nothing, not all. I think I even have to jump on to the case when he says Chetzi v'loi, which is Chetzi, that means Chetzi.
It's a different Hetzi.
There's no possibility to marry it with two men.
Right.
She can't, in any case.
So then, the simple word means Mamish Chetzi.
But here, it's like Chetzi, Belokulo.
Right.
There is a possibility also that he means Chetzi, if I want, I married another woman, there is no possibility. So we don't take the word of him that he's saying right now. Chetzi, Belokulo.
When he says Chetzi v'loi, there's a possible to say two men, two.
We can interpret that he means.
Even when he said v'loi kuloi,
because it sees that possibility. It doesn't matter. Who says that he has the strength to limit his word? Even that he say, who says that he has the strength?
Okay, you're already talking Yeshua's language. Very good. This is the Yosef Chaim. They say that even if the word means Chetzi, but Lemaisa, in reality, there's no Chetzi in Kiddush Ish. No Chetzi Ish. So remain there. Yes, what do you want to say?
Here. And Sachakol, it's here. In some conceptual here, whatever conceptual here, or it's conceptually here. And one more point is that we see that the Rishon points out that there's no thing
in the last 15 years.
What? Right. If it means Chetzi, means what? If somebody's spoken, what they said, okay. Let's continue on. We don't know yet that that's what he means.
You know, Rabbi Yitzchak, remember when you started months ago? When you said months ago, when you first started the whole Indian, you said that the Ravid said it's a relationship. When you mekadesh a woman, it creates a new relationship. So you say half of me has something to do with the relationship. Because it has to, the kedushin is a relationship. So say half of me means half of my relationship to you.
That we want to knock out. Rabbi Yosef Chaim is the last 27 minutes wants to knock it out in 14, 15 seconds. He wants to say that's not the pshat. It's possible. He wants to say it's not the pshat. We're going to see soon, in deeper sense, what is the pshat of the Ravid. Because you have to answer him. The Rashba has a lot of kashas against the Ravid. Let's see the kashas. Because I wonder the words of the Ravid. If it's really true, ki boiler also, when the Gemara there asks the question, where's there? In Gitin Mem Gimel, Gitin 43. בפרק השולח, מי שחץ אוהב וחצי בין חוירים שקידש בסחוירים מהו? The Gemara has a question. If a man is a half a slave, half a free man, and he married a Jewish woman, what's the law? That's the Gemara's doubt. Do we say it's like Chetzi Ish? No. Chetzi Ish has the ability, Chazi Lekul, he doesn't have the ability of all. Do we say it's like Chetzi Ish? No. Chetzi Ish is Shir Bekinyon, and he has no Shir Bekinyon. That's the Gemara's doubt. Velo Yifshita. The Rashba learns that the Gemara didn't solve this question. Didn't solve this doubt. He's according to the Gemara, the Gemara should have solved it. When you see Ish or Chetzi Ish, there's this Ish and not Chetzi. So Chetzi is always Chetzi. The only Skachi le Chetzi, if you just say Kachi le Chetzi, lo asi, doesn't come to exclude that. Though Chazi le Kul, because you have the ability to marry all, as the Gemara is. What's it? Bibayin and Nasim Nachini say, I can marry another woman. That's what he meant to say. It says here in Kiddushi. Isa Nami also was the Gemara use that so. There in Gitin. Stop. What's the kashya in the Ravid? It's a very simple kashya. If it's true, you're Ravid, that the Pasuk comes, Ish v'lechetzi Ish comes to exclude Chetzi v'chetzi v'lechoyrim. So why would the Gitin say the Ish v'lechetzi Ish? Now, to remember, Chetzi v'chetzi v'lechoyrim. The Gitin has you want to say clearly, that's the miut. Very strong kasha. Simple to him that the Lama Kiddush of Kiddush is not Kiddush when he says Chetzi, Evel Chetzi Min Choyrim. And the Dichuyo, the command is only a push off. The Loi Tishmainu Min HaBraisa, you cannot hear it from the Braisa there. The Ketoni Im is Misha Chetzi Chetzi Min Choyrim. It says there, one who kills half a slave and half a Bitcoin. You have to pay off the ransom to Yoshi. So he pushes off, there's no higher. Whatever it is, but what was the Rashba saying? The Rashba is learning from the back and forth of the Rashba, we see what's the answer of the Ravid. The Ravid will answer, you know why the Gemara didn't sound from Ish V'Chetzi Ish? Because the Ibrahim was not over. Who said by us, Chetziyai Mekudeshes, Chetziyach Mekudeshes? Who said it? Over, right? The same rumor. Because of that. That's the way the Ravid will answer. The Rashba says no. The Gemara had a doubt, and the woman just had a push off. She's a decoy from the Raya. The Gemara had a doubt, the Gemara put a Raya, and the woman was doing it. So it doesn't mean that that's what Rabbi holds. But the Rashba says no, that's what Rabbi actually holds. Why else too? The thing is, Chetzish goes on, Chetzish. Okay. You're all right. All right, let's jump this one. All right.
Says it's Tukui, that means open.
The Rashba. The Rashba is a decoy. So then we have a problem. You say that the salvation of this doubt is that there was this Ish of the Chetzish goes to Chetzish Chezrach. No, there's another question. The Dibra Ramsal, the Ish of the Let's No. That's in the same pasuk the word ish. It says isha. So the same way I'm learning ish comes to exclude chetzi evet. So say isha comes to exclude chetzi ish, chetzi shifra. Do the chetzi ish. Similar to half a man. Because on the same pasuk. Let's exclude half a shifra is maskoyim. Come in, that's the mute. The Kaddish chetzi isha, but in the case when it says chetziach, that literally means half the body. Came in the Chazal Kula Kodesh, since she has potential ability to marry herself, because the other half is empty. She says, I want to marry you. I want to marry empty. So I can extend it. Like the most kasha even leaves the Kodesh Bekula. So therefore, since it's Chazal Kula, maybe it would work. Because of Chetzi, when there's no potential to all. That's because that's all what you have. No, translate in other words, what do you need this? What do you need to He says, if according to you the the pasuk chetzi ish comes to exclude chetzi evet. So why by chetzi isha exclude chetzi and not chetzi shivcha, which is similar case to chetzi ish, and will be back in a case where it tells a chetzi the other chetzi is chetzi shivcha. So there's no potential for all. So there is mamish chetzi. There it tells a mamish chetzi, which means, in other words, not because Mishal Bekinyan. Other Rabbi. Mishal Bekinyan is a benefit because has the ability, the other half has the ability to be married too. Potentially, although I said I don't want Chetzi not because Chetziak means Chetzi not also. There's potential for it. So such a case with Kodeshes, even as Mishal Bekin, there's no problem with Mishal Bekin. What is the problem? The problem is he cannot marry half. When I say Chetzi and there's no potential for all, Chetzi means that's all I got. So it tells us Chetzi, so then means as the Kashmir used the words, the problem with this is no Kiddush. It's not language will be words. Here. Okay. What does it mean? It means שיהיה בר קידושין. You have to be cool bar kiddushin. It's a potential cool bar kiddushin because all they have is empty. So it's cool bar kiddushin of the woman. Chetzi ish would work too because it's cool bar kiddushin. But when it's not cool bar kiddushin because the other chetzi is ever or the other chetzi is shivcha. So it's not cool bar kiddushin. Then it in the case when he says mamash chetzi, even though the other chetzi is, I say chetzi mamash and not the other chetzi, but since it's about kiddushim because there's a potential I can do it. I'm not out. I'm not a shifra. I'm not an eved. Not a chetzi. Says I'm about kiddushim. I'm in the parsha. All I have is in the parsha of kiddushim. So therefore, so when the Torah said chetzi is not mafkia shar bekinyan. That's not the problem according to this. The Rashba is asking against the Ravid. The same way you're learning Pshat and Chetzi Ish. So now we have a Geder, the way the Rashba is Magdi Pshat and Ravid in Chetzi Ish. Chetzi Ish, when it says Chetzi Ish, it comes to Mafkia, and when you're not Bakidushim, you only Chetzi, the other Chetzi is not Bakidushim, it's Chetzi Ish. So as a kasha, so why by Chetzi Ish you're learning Chetzi Mamash? Chetzi could work. When the other Chetzi is not Kiddushin because she's only there, but she's not doing the Chetzi. So it comes out, and in other words, comes out that according to the Raiva, they have two limudim. When the Torah said ish lechetzi ish, the Torah is memayit not bakidushin. And when I say chetzi in body, we work because the other half is potentially. I said chetzi mamash, and another chetzi, but the other chetzi is bakidushin. So it's okay. Whatever chetzi means, chetzi when the other chetzi is not bakidushin. Same thing is, but isha, that's the Hanukkah. Why? What's the difference? Rabbi Day, going to the Rabbi, I say isha. When the Torah says isha, well, chetzi isha, we remind, then we say chetzi mamash. That's what doesn't work. Because Shabbat, but the other half is shifra, which is not the kiddushin. Taka would work. So the Raj's kasha is why bechetzi isha learn one kind of limud, and the bechetzi isha learn another kind of limud. To answer that, I'm talking because the time like this is short. I'll listen to you. Don't forget your question. According to when we gave it this, because we learned the Gemara last week in the shul. We answered the guy very simple. Taka, you right? According to Rava, the same minute. The Torah says ish, v'lechetzi ish. Comes to Memani, and that see was not about kiddushin. And also when the Torah said Isha, is reminded also the other. So I'm a Messiah Bekiga, so that is out. Because over there said it clearly, Keshen Shamekadosh Chetzi Isha in the Mekudeshes. Kach Mekadosh Chetzi Shifcha in the Mekudeshes. So you have to say that Rover learns that by Evan is only one limud, by Isha is two limud. When he says Chetzi is the other Chetz will work, even though he was shy of the only problem is when the other half is not Bakidushin. By Isha, we say when the other part is not Bakidushin is out, and also in the other part it is Bakidushin, but it's Mashal Bekinyan, Beshif Gazal. That's really the Rajman depth is asking why by Isha I have two limudim, two points out of Chetzi Isha, and by Isha's only comes to the Marit, La Bakidushin other half, but not Chetzi Mamash. Even though, you understand?
But we say that Robert,
Yes.
in Gitti,
Yes.
Robert was questioning at the end.
No, not Rabbi Baravuna. Rabbi Baravuna said like Rava, and Rabbi Zeir attacked him, and Rabbi Baravuna changed. But Rava didn't say he changes his mind. Doesn't say. Doesn't say that. So you can say Rava stays the same. Possible. Okay. Let's get a little bit continue more. There's not too much time. So what is the Rajva's pshat? Umistabo. Comes the Raj when he says Umistabo, makes sense. The Achi Perusha, this is what it means. Al Kohen Chetziach Mekudeshesli, Meshabik Yono. When he says Chetziach, he holds back his king. Though Yev Shalom is not possible to say, the boys is a Savala, you want to marry another woman, another man marry. Komalo. Though he says celebrate because a woman to two men, Lo Chaz is not proper. So okay, here by Chetzi Ish. This is what he meant to say. Also, sorry, I jumped. When he said this is what he meant to say. Which means, love time the Raj was saying that the Gemara retracts. When the Torah said Isha, it doesn't come to exclude Chetzi Isha means when the other half is not Bakidushin is out. Someone comes to tell you Chetzi Isha. Yes. We retract. That's not when I say Chetziach, it doesn't say, it's not because the Torah says Isha or Chetzi Isha like we thought that happened. The Torah is not makbid. I need all, not half. And when I have chetzi shivcha, I don't have all. That's not the half of me. That's not what. It's not. That was not what the Torah is b'mayit. Ela mishum shiur the mishar b'kiyom. because he's holding back of his kinyan. The lekele meima is not possible to say the achiko mother is willing to say to her. If you want to marry another man, marry. That's not possible. The Yisrael Beit Hillel two men not possible. When he says marry half of me, why? The Ochikoma, this is what he meant to say. I want to marry another woman. I want to marry. What's the case of Chetziish? Which says half and not all. So let's summarize what does the Rashba say. The Rashba is really saying that when the Torah says, when the Gemara says, over, Chetziai Mekudeshes, Chetziai Mekudeshes, and Abai told what's the difference? Why Chetziach or Mekudeshes? The Torah said, Chetziish, Igor Chetziish. Also the Torah says Ish, not Chetziish. That was Abai's question. Rovers says you're wrong. Don't learn like you are Abaye. When Torah says Isha v'lo chetzi Isha, saying is Isha v'lo chetzi Ish, that any chetzi is out. Not because not Bar Kiddushin or Shar Bekinyan, them are out. Don't learn that the problem of chetzi is because it's chetzi. The Torah says I don't want chetzi. It's not a head of the wall. Chetzi's out. There's no chetzi in kiddushin. Kiddushin is all not chetzi. That's not his problem. In the Ma'aseh Kinyan. Don't. The problem is chetzi ish or chetzi ish. The problem of the Ma'aseh Kiddushin. There's no kiddushin lechatzroin. And the ish and the ish is the same. Right. That's the problem. That's not the problem. Well, the problem is only Mishaya Bekinyan. Problem is he holding back. So you're holding back because they can't see not all. You're holding back. You're not Messiah because you the whole just for another woman. Relationship. You're in a relationship with another woman. But if he would say Chetzi Beish, who's Messiah Bekinyan Beish, he says Chetzi V'lo Kuli will be no good. Why? The Torah says there's no what is the depths or mean? What does it mean really? Mishar Bekinyan, according to Begeshmon means there's no kiddushin lechatzoyim. There's no such thing that the kiddushin goes in half. Man and woman is all the same. There's no difference in man and woman. Both are out. Again, according to the Ravid, I'm learning two types of limudi. By Chetziish, can be Chetziish, can work Chetziish. He says Chetzi V'lo Kula would work. Because since the other half has potentials, Bar Kiddushin, I don't care as I say Chetzi. There's Bar Kiddushin. So I don't care. So it doesn't matter if I say, or when I do exclude, I exclude Chetzi Hevet. The other half is not Bar Kiddushin. When the Torah said Ish V'lo Chetzi Ish, means when the other Chetzi is not Bar Kiddushin. When it's Bar Kiddushin is okay. But according, so then you have a problem with Chetzi Isha. Chetzi Isha can exclude both.
When a man marries two women, each woman gets a whole man. A woman doesn't get half.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but that's not the point.
No,
The point is, I don't care about Chetzi. True, but that's what Rabbi Yosef Chaim was sounding in the beginning. And really, the point where we had a discussion for 27 minutes and 15 seconds was just joking. But the point was that according to the Ravid, I don't care. She says Chetzi V'lo Kula. As long as the other Chetzi is Bar Kiddushin, I don't care. So when the Torah says Chetzi V'lo Chetzi, just exclude only when it's not Bar Kiddushin Chetzi Hevet. But when I say Chetzi, could be mean myself, the two women relationship. But even if it would say Chetzi Mamash V'lo Kula, still would work because the other half is Bar Kiddushin. That's what it is true. But by Chetzi Isha, according to the Ravid, the mute is, even though the other part is out too, not only that, even if the other part is Bar Kiddushin, they say Chetzi V'lo Kula, I say Chetzi, that means Chetzi Mamash. Still also be out. The Torah says you cannot Mishar Bekinyan. So by Isha I have two two problems, and the ish is only one level of Kiddushin. It's like Ashbosh Kasha. Why here I learn? See, at the same possible. 1 second. But the Ashbosh is learning, the problems are the same. When the Torah says ish of means Hetzi and means all and not Hetzi. When a Messiah became all and all. The case when I say Hetzi men, which means I can marry 2 women, and I'm a Shia. Say Hetzi means half another, so I'm a Shia Bekidim Bibe, would be Hetzi Shivcha, which I'm not a Shia Bekidim. The Gemara says, maybe it would work, maybe not. And if I say Hetzi Yeshiva, which I'm a Shia Bekidim, it will be a problem with Ish too. What do you want to say? This is what the Rashba. This is me with the Rashba.
Question from the Rashba.
Yes.
We cannot have the right simply. Why the Ish it's Hetzi, the man Hetzi have Hetzi. Because in Ish we have a problem. We can't memaya something else. We have to get to that milk. But in Isha, we are talking. The Pasuk is talking about the Isha. So you memaya, the rule is that you memaya what the Pasuk is talking about. That's better than memaya something new. That Hetzi Shipcha, Hetzi.
I agree.
So
we have a problem with this. What the problem we have? If he says by a ish Hetzi v'loy kuloi, so I can find a case of a ish after running to Hetzi Eved. You want to say by ish, or I have a classical case. Hetziech means Hetzi, so therefore it's memaya also shiur bekinyan. But by a man, since the normal Chetziyai means to 2 men, to two women, I'm married to 2 women. So therefore I'm stuck. And the only way is it's Yeshivka. Problem on that's not true. I can show you a case of it. The Ish, that it means Chetzi, because I say Chetzi, v'loy kuloi. So we have to answer because not in the classical case. That's the way it is. That's the Balabatimal answer. The Kashmul says not so. Kashmul says, because I learned the Pasuk somehow, that there goes a go on that only goes to the Mayat. Since the classical case of Chetziai means Kuloi, says not Mayat Chetziai, so even when I say Chetzi v'loy kuloi, the Rebbe learns also not Mayat. Once I jump out and I say, no problem. What's the struggle behind? Since the classical case is in, so immediately I jump to spring case of Chetzi Shifra, Chetzi Eved. But if I say Chetzi v'loy kuloi, it's still in, because now the classical case, so Mimela, I learned that it's only a rayu what the limud is. Once I know the limud, I agree to that. I learned myself. Rabbi Hanania ben Akash Yoiber. Rotz HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'zach Kol Yisrael.